I'm 79 years old, and I want to tell you a story I spent most of my life hiding. When I was young, I didn't fall in love. I fell into a storm. He was charming, confident, and knew exactly what to say. He made me feel chosen, special, seen. And when you're young, you mistake intensity for love and chaos for passion. The first warning sign appeared early. He laughed at my dreams, not loudly, quietly, with small comments like, "That's silly," or "Be realistic." I laughed with him back then. Today I know that was the first time I folded a part of myself just to keep someone. Then came the jealousy. Who are you talking to? Why did you smile at them? Why do you need friends when you have me? He called it love. I called it love too. I didn't know love and control could wear the same mask.
Over the years, the house became a stage. In front of people, he was wonderful, funny, caring, admired. Behind closed doors, I was the problem. Too emotional, too quiet, too loud, too sensitive, too cold, too much or too little, never just enough. That is how toxic love works. You keep trying to become someone they won't hurt. I stopped meeting friends because they were a bad influence. I stopped talking to my family because they didn't respect him. I stopped dressing the way I liked because people will look. Little by little, my world shrank until the only person inside it was the one destroying it. There was no shouting every day. Some days there was laughter, and that made it worse. Good days become chains. You hold onto them to survive the bad ones. You tell yourself, see, he can be kind. And you wait for that version of him like a thirsty person waits for rain. Years passed. Children grew. I told myself I was staying for them. I thought I was protecting them from a broken home. What I didn't realize then was that a silent, tense house is already broken. It just doesn't make noise. The price I paid wasn't only time. I lost myself. I forgot what I liked. I forgot how I laughed. I forgot what it felt like to be relaxed in my own skin. I learned to read footsteps, to measure the weight of silence, to sense mood changes like weather. My nervous system never rested. One day, much later, my daughter asked me a simple question. "Mom, were you ever happy?" I opened my mouth to say yes. No words came out. That was the first time I admitted the truth, not to the world, just to myself. At 79, here is what I've learned. Toxic love doesn't always scream. Sometimes it sighs. Sometimes it jokes. Sometimes it apologizes and repeats. It doesn't always hit you. Sometimes it slowly convinces you that you're unworthy of better. If you are young and listening to this, pay attention to these things if you constantly feel anxious around them. If you explain their behavior to everyone. If you shrink yourself to keep peace. If you are afraid to be honest. That is not love. Love doesn't require you to disappear. And if you're already in something like this, I won't tell you to leave today. Life is complicated. Finances, children, culture, fear, I understand all of it. But please do one thing. Stop blaming yourself. Stop calling abuse normal. Stop wearing pain like responsibility. You deserve a life where you don't have to rehearse sentences in your head before speaking them. The greatest mistake of my life wasn't choosing a toxic person. It was believing that this was the best I could ever get. I paid for that belief with decades of my life. Please, don't pay the same price.